My God! How? Where? How did you find me?
Assalamu alaikum, Debu. Of course I was sent to look for you. You hadn't written home for a year. And when your father wrote to your college, they said that you had left and gone and couldn't give us any clue to where.
What are you doing in London?
Your father sent me to find you.
To look for the ruined boy he lost. For Deb. You have been instructed to telephone him, to write to him. Tell him that Deb is dead. No. Tell him that the young boy he brought up has escaped through a barrier of time and he won't recognize him if he crosses him in the street. I'm sorry. Chloe! This is Abdul Malik. Let's say he brought me up. He has been a servant to our family since the time he was born. Loyalty is to him like the air he breathes. I don't know. But perhaps my father has had a diagnosis from his doctor. He has a murmur in his heart. He wants his only son back. The circle of his life won't be complete till I return, inherit his land and the peasants who work on it. We own those people, Chloe. We own you. Don't we, Abdul Malik?
In the sight of Allah, we are all the same, Master. But yes, on earth I serve your family.
I hate it. Abdul,
What are you doing? What has gone wrong,
Wrong!
Master?
wrong! Our world has gone wrong for thousands of years. I saw people starving on the streets. Diseased children, floods, famines, the rich preying on the destitute, and then, yes, the cry of the muezzin. And then none could question the way the world worked. Because God created it that way.
Is that why Bengalis become communists?
Unless they can get out, pay for a university like me, or sell themselves to a labor contractor in the Gulf, or scrub dishes in restaurants in Britain. Tell them I'm fine. Tell them I had a dream once, as young men do. There was a girl in the dream. She was very beautiful. She was standing on the banks of a river and waiting for her lover to cross the river and take her away. But the river was a river of flames, and no boats could be lowered into it and no swimmer could cross it. But why would Abba Jan want to hear about my dreams? So where are you staying in London, Abdul? Has my father given you enough money? And now that you've tracked me down, will you go back? Abdul Mian. I asked you where you were living, remember? I mean South Hall or Earl's Court, somewhere in some cheap rooming house in London. Because I knew my father would not have bought you an air ticket and set you up in some hotel just to look for me. I did hear about your death from Chloe, and we both attended your funeral.
For which I am grateful, my young sire, my beloved one. But I come before you to tell two truths. I was never sent by your father to look for you. He never thought about you after he declared you dead in his mind and inheritance, when he heard that you were with this girl, Chloe. Unclean! No, I did not come as his ambassador. I came because I was not what you imagined me to be.
I imagined you.
Yes, you thought I was the loyal servant, the old retainer, the animal without a backbone and no life of his own. But as you yourself say, Master, the world has changed. And I heard that one could earn money working as a waiter, or a porter, or a chef, working in Bangladeshi restaurants in England. And here, there would be no masters, and the slaves would have respect. I did not come to spy upon you. I was offered a job as a chef here, and I found you.
You should have told me that.
I should have told you, or not told you, something else.
What?
That night, the night you didn't go to the railway station to meet the girl Farrukh, it was a lie.
What was a lie?
That she was pregnant by another man, and that she and her family were entrapping you into marriage with her, and that you should get away. A lie. Every bit of it a lie. She was as pure as the wind. There was no truth to it. Your father made me say it to you.
I've been alive too, with someone who helped me get over you. But did I? Can anyone? Someone once said, does the imagination dwell most on the woman won or the woman lost? Chloe! This is Farrukh. You remember the name I pronounced to you 1,000 times in my sleep. And you were not jealous. And when you questioned me, I know. I've learned that questions are not always seeking answers that convey information. They're seeking the right answer, the confirming answer, the answer that says, I love you and you only. The question is a test, the inquisition. An innocent failure is rewarded with fury. The crescent moon.
The arc of love.
The arc of love.